What's up, Rockets Nation? Liam Garcia here, and we need to have a serious talk right now. Before I drop this bombshell, make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button, because today's content is going to rattle any fan's nerves. What happened in Dallas wasn't just an ordinary loss. It was a clear warning sign that something in our system is broken. There's a specific situation unfolding that could compromise our entire future if we don't open our eyes immediately. Are you ready to face the hard truth? Let's get straight to the point because there's no use sugarcoating it. The Rockets got run over in Dallas. That 122-109 scoreline hurts, I know. But before you start calling for heads in the comments, we need to look at the context with a cool head. The team stepped onto the court for the second night of a back-to-back, legs heavy, and worst of all, without our maestro Alperen Sengun, who was out sick. It was the perfect storm for a disaster. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened in the second half. Until halftime, we managed to hold it together, largely thanks to Kevin Durant, who looked ready to win this game all by himself. KD dropped 20 of his 27 points in the first half alone, ignoring the Dallas defense and keeping us alive on pure talent. But then came the third quarter, and my friends, it was a total system breakdown. The Dallas Mavericks came out of the locker room and went on an insane 37-20 run that practically ended the game right there. And the villain of this story has a first and last name: Anthony Davis. The guy was coming off a horrible game against OKC where he only scored 2 points, but he decided to take out all that frustration on our depleted defense. AD finished with 29 points, hit 14 of 19 shots, and turned our paint into a playground. Without Sengun to provide physical balance and without Steven Adams to enforce respect, Davis did whatever he wanted, especially in that fateful third period where he barely missed. It was frustrating watching our defenders trying to double team and always arriving late, leaving the perimeter wide open for their role players to have a field day. And speaking of role players, it hurts to admit, but the Dallas Young Guns really showed up. Rookie Cooper Flagg and Ryan Nembhard pushed the pace in a way our tired squad simply couldn't match. They turned our mistakes into easy fast break points all night long. And here's the stat that kept me up last night: 20 turnovers. 20 times we gave the ball away for free, generating 34 points directly for Dallas. There isn't a defense in the world that can withstand that, especially against a conference rival on the road. Even with Jabari Smith Jr. trying to step up, and he played well, with 22 points and fighting hard on the boards, the hole was just too deep. When Durant sat in the fourth quarter, with the game already lost, it left that bitter feeling that the team falls apart without its main references. But hold on, because if you think the loss was the worst news of the night, you're dead wrong. This game exposed an open wound in our backcourt that goes way beyond a simple bad result. There is a specific player, someone we've placed a lot of hope in, who completely froze when we needed him most, and the numbers show a worrying scenario that could put a ceiling on this team's potential. What happened with him in Dallas wasn't just a bad night, it was a flashing red alert right in the franchise's face. And that red alert, flashing furiously on the Rockets control panel, has a name: Thompson. Anyone who follows me knows I'm the first one to wave the flag for him on this channel. The kid is a physical phenomenon, an elite defender with the potential to lock down any star in the league one-on-one. But the game against the Mavericks brought up an uncomfortable question, the kind we try to ignore, but is now impossible to hide. Is there a glass ceiling on his development? With Fred VanVleet out of action and Sengun sick, Amen was handed the keys to the offense, and the result was, to put it mildly, concerning for anyone dreaming of a title. He finished the night with just 7 points, but the stat that really scares me and killed our rhythm was the 6 turnovers. 6 times he wasted the possession, often forcing passes that weren't there, or losing control on frustrated drives. This happens for a very clear tactical reason that Dallas exploited ruthlessly, and other teams are going to start copying. Amen is shooting a pitiful 20.5% from the three-point line this season. In the modern NBA, that is basically a formal invitation for the opposing defense to camp out in the paint. The Dallas coach saw this and told his defenders to sag off, taking away all the driving lanes. Without Sengun to act as a facilitating center and attract the double team in the low post, Amen was completely exposed. The naked truth is that he depends absurdly on the gravity that Kevin Durant and Sengun generate. He shines when he plays in the flow, cutting to the basket, the famous dunker spot, or attacking already unbalanced defenses. But when he needs to create his own shot from scratch, with the defense set, our offensive engine stalls out bad. Don't get me wrong, statistically, he's having the best year of his career, averaging 17.4 points. But those numbers mask this creative deficiency. Most of those points come from scraps and assists from others. The game against Dallas proved that if you take away the ball movement and force Amen to think the game and shoot, he freezes. And this creates a terrible domino effect. With Amen being ignored on the perimeter, the double teams come at KD much easier. Kevin Durant had to sweat blood to get his points because there was no room to breathe. It's cruel math. You can be the most dynamic defender in the world, and Amen is. But if your offense provides zero spacing, you become a tactical liability in big games. We are facing a dangerous crossroads. Do we keep betting all our chips that this jump shot will eventually fall, accepting these nightmare nights where the offense looks like a pickup game? Or is his ceiling just being an excellent defender who can't close out important games? The fan base's patience is high, but KD's championship window won't last forever. Watching our starting point guard get strategically nullified because he can't create his own shot left a bitter taste that maybe, just maybe, we need a different solution if we want to survive in the Wild West. And this cruel doubt leads me straight to the question that is going to blow your minds right now. This loss in Dallas was a brutal reality check for our ambitions. It became clear that without Sengun, we are vulnerable defensively. But the hole at point guard with Amen stalling the offense is what really keeps me up at night. Are we sacrificing KD's prime waiting for a shot that might never come? Now, I want your honest opinion. Is Amen Thompson salvageable as a primary point guard? Or will this lack of shooting ruin our title chances? Should we urgently look for a veteran in the market? Comment down below. I'll be reading everything. And of course, smash that like button. I'm out.